In this video, I'm going to show you how to animate this reel inside Davinci
Called
Resolve.
Cena. From winning hearts of people by his rap song Central CE, build a brand that gets sold out in seconds.
The asset for this tutorial can be found with a link in the description. Let's get started. So as you can see here, I'm using a vertical resolution with a 29.97 frame rate. You can use 30 frames per second. It doesn't matter. This is what we are quickly going to. Yep. So you realize I have 6 fusion composition. If you count them, that is because I've divided them, the clip, into 6 different scenes, so it will be easy for you to follow along. Each fusion composition starts from 0, so we are going to start with the first scene. That's this zoom out, and this uk the best, this guy is the best uk rapper. We're going to do that, and we continue from there. So let's right click in on this one and open a fusion page. In fusion page you have nothing, so we're going to get a background node, turn the alpha value down to 0, and then we connect the background to the media out. You get that? So you're going to search for media in. When you want to search anything, just hold down shift and space media in. We're going to change that to timeline and get that. So the first one is this zoom out of. You go to your assets. I've linked the assets down below. You grab this one and this one. They're just basically the same thing. You're going to see why we have two of them, because if you look at it, you're going to see that the background blurs, which means that he has been cut out from the background. And that's what we have done here. This one, I'm going to name it central C. I'm going to name this one f2 background. So I'm going to connect the background to the background image to the background, and the central C to that one, and I'm going to shift this to the side like this. I'm going to close the media pool and make sure I'm viewing this one here. Good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a transform node to this one. Add a transform node to this one. Then here with the background, I'm just going to make sure I increase the size. Just going to increase the size till it fits. I'm going to do copy the same 1.75 to this one, 1.74, so that it fits him. I'm just going to make sure that it fits him exactly, so that you can't notice any difference. That's what we want there. But if you look at here, you might notice that it's different here. I might just zoom this one in again, because we're going to keyframe this value at this level. So I might just, and this one, let me zoom in so that if it's good. In order to achieve this background that blur, I'm going to add a color corrector here. That's shift space cc. It's going to add a color corrector, and in the color corrector, if I turn the saturation down, you're going to see it. You see what it does there. So we're going to keyframe the saturation. First frame, keyframe the saturation at frame 0, keyframe the saturation at 1, then go to frame 7 and keyframe the saturation. Take it all the way down to 0, or maybe somewhere around there. It's better. Okay, and in this one you can add a color corrector. Enter, and you can just move it a little bit like that. So if you look at it, you're going to see that yes, it has the same thing. The next thing you want to do is, this guy is the best uk rapper, so I'm going to shift this one ahead like this. I'm going to bring in a text plus node, and I'm going to connect it here, and in this text I'm going to write in all capital letters, this guy is the best. So if you look at it, it's the same opacity animation, like each word comes in at its own time. And the first thing we're going to do is change the font into if you look at the font, is vertical, and it's maybe oblique bold. Yes, oblique bold oblique. So you're just going to bump up the size, shift space, control G, and control G here, so that you can see. I'm just going to reduce the size like that here, position it well where I want it to be, and that is okay. I'm just going to add shift space, maybe glow, I'm just going to make sure a bubble will glow. For us to do this animation for this word by word animation in DaVinci Resolve is I have if you have watched my previous video, you know that I use the way I do it. I get rectangle. I'm going to get one, two, three, four. One, two. I'm going to get five rectangles. I'm going to size the rectangle that to fit each word, and I'm going to do that. That means I'm going to control C this rectangle, control C, control V, control V, control V, control V. That's control V again. So you get five of them rectangles. And if you have them like that, you're just going to so this first rectangle is going to be for the word this. The second rectangle is going to be for the word guy. We're just going to size it to fit guy. Then the next one is going to be for the word is. Maybe we should find a better way to do it. To do the same because it's faster. It's 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 like it might become faster, but this the way I found is to I do it like this. I don't know if there's a better way. I've not looked at it yet. So now I'm going to go to the first frame. I'm going to go to where the word starts coming. Go to frame 0. Go to the first rectangle. Keyframe the level value. Take it down to 1. Go to frame 7. Take it all the way up. Go one frame backwards in the second rectangle. Keyframe the level value. Take it down to 0. Go to frame 11 and take it all the way up to 1. Go to the third rectangle, go to frame 12, keyframe the level value, take it down to 0. Go to frame 15 and take it all the way up. Go to the next rectangle, that is the word there, keyframe the level value. At frame 18, keyframe the level value, take it down to 1. Go to frame 21, take it all the way up to 1. And go to the last rectangle, which is the word best. Go to frame 22, keyframe the level value, take it down to 0. Go to frame 27 and take it all the way up to 1. If you're done with that, you can then connect all of them rectangles like this. If you play it now, you're going to have the same thing. You have the same effect. Good. You have the same effect. So the next one we have to do is UK wrapper, which is the same thing and which is the same font. So I'm going to control C this text here, control V, and I'm going to connect it here. Make sure I'm viewing this text. In this text I'm going to write UK wrapper, and I'm going to go to shading. I'm going to use gradient, get a gradient color, and in the up I'm going to use a this blue. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to come to layout, take it down, make sure I take it down, and I'll go to this one, take this one up, swap the positions of this one, and I can then go to layout and bring it down like that. Yep, so it's there, and then I'm going to bump up the size of it. Maybe we can go to this, we can go to shading again, enable the red outline, and just increase the thickness, and I'm going to pick this color here. Just come here, shift space, and add glow. If you look at it, it's the same thing, opacity animation of the word. So I'm just going to get a rectangle here, and I'm just going to size it to fit the word UK. Then get another rectangle to fit the word wrapper. At frame 30, go to the first rectangle, keyframe the level value, take it down to 0. Go to frame 40, that is 10 frame forward, and take the level value up to 1. At frame 40, keyframe the level value of the second rectangle, take it down to 0. Go to frame 50 and take it all the way up to 1. You have that. Then when you're done, connect it to and that is all. You can just come here and control G. It's going to group all of that in together. Come to this rectangle and use open spline. Make sure you select everything and zoom to fit. You hit S, but you don't need, I don't think you need to do that. So if you like to it to have a smoother animation, you can do it. But if not, you can leave it like that. I don't really do it. So the next thing, if you I zoom in a little bit, like 50%, you're going to see this central C. So that's another text. But if you look at it, that text is between him and the background. So we have to come here between him and the background. We're going to get another text. Now I'm going to copy this text from here, Control C, because it's the same font, Control V. This central C, and there are two different, the same font but two different like subdivisions. So I'm just going to use this one as one, and then in the next one I'm going to do control V. I'm going to write this one will be British rapper. So in this one you're going to change it to the oblique, that is the light of one. So you're just going to make sure you download the clip and you look for the frame where the animation starts. So I'm going to go to the first one, keyframe the level value, go to maybe frame 8, keyframe the level value again, go to frame 0, take it down to 0, go to the next one, that is at frame 9. I'm going to go to the second rectangle for this one, for the C. I'm going to keep no at frame 8. I'm going to keyframe the level value, go to frame 14, keyframe it again, go back, take it down to 0. Now for the wrapper, for the whole wrap, at frame 14, go to this one, keyframe level value, take it down to 0, go to frame 18, take it all the way up to 1, then go to the last rectangle, keyframe the level value, go back, go one forward, go to frame 23, keyframe it again, go to the last keyframe. So after you have done all the opacity, if you do all the opacity animation, you can connect it like this, connect it to your text like that, and if you try to play it, you're going to see we have the same thing, we have the same animation. Good. Now what we have to do is add this line here, which is very simple to do. All you have to do is get a background node and get a polygon mask, connect your background node, connect your polygon to your background and your background to this. Now you're going to have that. So you're going to select your polygon, go to viewer, and then click here. Going to click here, make sure you hold it like that in order to make, and then you're going to click here again. So you have that. Now go to the background, change the background color to white, go to the polygon, remove the polygon animation, uncheck solid, and bump up the the border width you to about, yeah. Now you see that it is not well, the polygon doesn't look good, so we have to arrange it. I'm going to arrange it like that. Maybe that's better. You can play with it as you want, and I'm going to use this one. Okay, so that's okay. So if we can animate, how we can animate the polygon, if you look at it, it starts from, go to frame 18, you can keyframe the length value at 1, and then you go to frame 8 and take it all the way down to 0. So that's it. Then you can take the polygon into spline, go to spline and zoom to fit, and you ease out cubic. There, now you have that. Good. So basically we are done with this first scene. So the next thing we want to do, I'll just zoom out, I'll just make it to be normal fit. So if you look at it, what happens here is that it starts zoomed out like a lot. So I'm going to get a transform node here, make sure I hold down shift to connect it. It is connected. Okay, so now make sure I'm viewing this transform node. I'm going to keyframe the size at this level, Go to frame 30, keyframe it again, and at frame 0 you can choose to zoom it in or zoom it out. That it depends on you. So I'm just going to, at frame 0 I'm going to zoom it in like that, a lot, like a lot. Zoom it in a lot. Zoom it in again. Good. So if you zoom it in a lot, this is my zoom value, like 1.6, and I'm going to go to spline, make sure I zoom to fit, and then I'm going to select all, and use ease out cubic. So if I play my animation now, you see we have the same thing. Good. We have the same thing. So we are going to go into the second scene. So we are at the clip where we have this YouTube video playing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open in Fusion page. Same thing, get a background node, connect the background node here, and we're going to make it. So I'm going to bring in my media in. This is a recorded video from YouTube. So you can just go to search for the song Central C and Savage 21. You see that you record a video and you can use it. I don't think it's appropriate for me to share the video with you, so I'm just going to get a transform node here. I can size it down, make sure I'm viewing that here, so I can size it down to the length that I want. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a rectangle mask, and I'm going to mask this video to show only the section that I want, like that. I'm going to increase it, and I'm going to reduce the width. So this is what you want to do with the video. Then I think that in this transform you can then size it up like that. Good. But let me just make sure that these black borders are removed. That is better. You're not going to notice it because it's going to be on a black background. If you look at it, that's the animation is simple. You just come to here. I might get this a transform node here. Okay, I might get a transform node here, and I keyframe the position at 0 frames and go to frame 17 if you're using a new fusion clip, and then keyframe it again at this level. Then go to the first keyframe, that's frame 0, just shift it. Make sure I'm viewing this transform here. Just shift it to this around here. Yeah, so it's in the center. Good. Might just bump up the size a little bit. Might just increase the size just a bit. And I can go to spline, zoom to fit, select all, and hit S. So like make something like that. So if I play it now, yeah, you see the same thing. So now we have to create this here. We have to create this. Let me zoom in so you see. You have to create this user one. So what you have to do is I'm gonna get a background node, create space up here. I'm going to get a background node. In that background node, I'm going to turn the alpha value down to 0. I'm going to get another background node. We are going to create this from this user profile, this profile from scratch. But you can download this one from Google or from YouTube. Yes, you can download it from Google, no problem. I'm going to show you how to create it from scratch. So get a background node, connect the background to your background, go to the background and change the color from solid color to gradient. Then next thing you want to do is get an ellipse node, connect your ellipse to. In this ellipse node, I'm going to create an expression at width and connect it to height. And I'm just gonna now go to the background. I'm just going to make sure I bring this one up here and this one is down here. So I get like it acts like something is shining over there. So we're just going to come to the ellipse and bring the size down. Let me just bring it here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, it needs to be small. I think that is okay. So next we are going to copy this ellipse node, Control C and Control V, and I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to connect it here. This one is going to move up. I'm going to take this up. I'm going to bring down the size. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to cut this from here. So I'm going to get a rectangle mask so that we have a straight. I'm going to have to get a rectangle mask and make sure that I just bring it here so that it cuts this one around this here. Boom, that's up. I can take the rectangle up a little bit. Good. Now the next thing we have to do is create this outline like this. So I'm just, which is quite simple, just get another background node and get an ellipse node, connect the ellipse to the background. In the ellipse node, create expression at width, connect the width to the height, size it down, change the background color to, we can pick this color from here, and connect this one here. Make sure you're viewing that. Then we bring it here, and in this merge node we're going to change the operator to under. Okay, and then we're just going to make sure that that is in the center. We're going to shift it here, size it down a little bit more, and take it up, and there you go. You have created that. So, and it can come to this ellipse here and bring it down a little bit. So after writing that, I think the font is okay. So we make sure we are viewing that. You're going to go to the text and you're going to make sure you align it like this. It says you're the best. I didn't finish the text. Let's do some little collections. It has to be you are the best. So what we have to do is we are going to size it down, size that down here, and let's use our old trick. Get a background node, get a rectangle mask, and connect your rectangle, connect it to this one, and in the rectangle you're going to uncheck solid. Just bump up the size a little bit, make sure the rectangle shows here. So we are just going to bring it down. This is where the text is supposed to be, so I'm just going to get the text up to you here and take it to the side like that in this transform. That works, right? So I'm just going to, should I delete this one? No, let me move it this way. Not now. I'm going to do shift space and I'm going to add glow to it. So if you look at it, the animation is a right on animation, maybe a follow animation. Good. We are supposed to use two text for this one, for this thing. I think so. So I'm just going to control C this text, control V here, and I'm going to merge it here. And this one, all I have to do is username, so you have the same thing. Good. So now what we are going to do is in this text we are going to keyframe the opacity. So at this frame, that's frame 17, we're going to go to this one, keyframe the shading, that's keyframe the opacity. Go to frame 17, take the opacity down to 0, and at frame 25, let's say 25, take it all the way up to 1. So you have that. Good. Now this one is going to be a follower modifier. Come to this text, make sure you click here, Let's remove this space from here so that it won't bother us, and just go to frame 17. Right click and open modifier, follower modifier. You can just increase the delay a bit and go to shading, keyframe the opacity, take it down to 0, go to frame 18 and take it all the way up to 1. Now you're going to make sure that we are going to zoom in so that we see what we are doing. We're going to make sure that only you appears. So go to timing. Yeah, go to timing, and if you do that, yeah, good. You see that, good. It's the same thing. I'm just going to quickly do 1, 2, 3. How many of them are there? Okay, there are 4 of them in total. So what you want to do is you just get this one, control all of this, and control C, control V. Now I'm gonna get a background node here, because if you see this one, the opacity of the second one, it has an opacity animation. This one has an opacity. So I'm gonna get a background node here, turn it down to 0, and connect this one here. Make sure I view this one here. Good. Now the second one, I'm going to add it here. Good. So if I add it here, I can then turn it on and off. So with this one, from this one, I can add a transform node here to position it based. That's just to position it. I'm gonna bring it down, make sure I'm viewing this one. So oh, this, I don't need this rectangle anymore. Just need it from the glow. Yeah, but I'm going to leave this one here. Going to come to the transform, and I'm going to take it down. They have the same, this it go basically goes the same. So they have the same. So the only the difference is that you have to keyframe the opacity, the blend from this mesh node. So you're going to go to the mesh node at frame 19, because yes, at frame 19 you're going to keyframe it, take it down to 0, go 1 frame forward and take it all the way up to 1. Now if you look at it, there's another thing. It starts small. This one starts small. So what are we going to do? We are going to come to this transform, controlling it here. Yes, this transform here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keyframe the size. So add frame, let's go back here. Good. So you see that the size increases to around, let's say, frame 25. So I'm going to keyframe the size at this one, and I'm going to go back to frame 20. Okay, and take it down to 0. So if you play it now, there's a problem. You want to move the, I've used this transform to position it here. Then I'm going to use and change the pivot of this transform, because if you come to this transform, you see that this is the position changes, and this one, the pivot has changed. So I'm going to use this one to keyframe it, to keyframe the size. Good. So if I go to frame 18, I keyframe it, come to frame 25 or 26, it's at full length, full I take it down to 0. If you play that, you're going to see here, same thing has to happen with this one. I think if you have done all of this, then you're good to go. What I'm going to do is we're just going to group all of this. There are no more animations to this, so that is it. I'm just going to go down here and remove the rectangle, remove this rectangle. Basically the animation is finished. If you start, we start from frame 0, we see that if we had done this animation here, so what I'm going to do here is add a transform node here. Maybe we might need it. I'm going to copy, connect it here. Okay, now if you see that we had done our animation here, okay, this, no problem, this one appears. We're just going to come here to this merge node, keyframe the blur value, go backwards and take it down to 0. So if we are looking at that, what I have to do is this transform here. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to add another transform node here. Look at this from here. When you, okay, it goes up. If I take it down to 50, it goes up here. So this here, this transform node here at frame 18, I'm going to keyframe the position again, go back one frame backwards, it's in the middle, keyframe it again. So here at this frame, I'm just going to take it all the way up, all the way up here, like this here. So now that is when this one appears, which we can then, we have to open this one again. Now you see that when you look at it, you see that it goes up here. We have done that, and this ones start appearing here. But if you look at it, you will realize that the camera, it starts pan, it's like the camera is moving from right to left. So we're going to have to do that. So when it changes here, goes one frame as it pans like that. So we're going to come to this camera that controls everything, and we're going to keyframe this center here, and then we're going to move to the end, keyframe it again, come to this level, this one here. Make sure I'm viewing this one here. Good. And that's all. So I'm going to go to spline, select zoom to fit this, and then S. I'm just going to make sure that I select everything that has an animation. This one you don't need to smoothen it, because we want it that sharp. So if I take it back down, fit, good. So that's our animation for the fourth scene. So moving on to this fifth scene, it's just, I think if you're followed up to this point, you can know that it is, what we have to do is go into Fusion page. The Fusion page, we're going to get a background node, and as always, shift space media in node, and the image I'm going to use is, I'm going to go to pics, and I'm going to use this image for this one. Connect this here, make sure that I get a transform node here. I'm viewing this here, zoom it in, you're going to see that, okay, See now, oh, that we're going to write that later. But the first thing you want to do is you realize that it has this white stuff by his side. How are you going to do that? Is it's quite simple. We are going to click here anywhere and search for erode dilate. Enter, and then you're going to connect the media into to the erode dilate. You're going to get a background node, connect the background to the erode dilate, and you're going to merge the background over to the media in. You're going to see a black, you're just going to see black here. What you want to do is go to this merge and take under. Now, next thing you want to do is to this background, you're going to add a transform node. In the transform node, make sure you change the background color to white. In the transform node, you're going to increase the size. You see, when you increase the size, it's going to be like that, but we don't want it going like this way. I don't think it's this way or this way. So we are going to uncheck use size and aspect, and I'm just going to increase the Y. So if I increase the Y and then I take this, you see what is happening. If I bring that in there, you see it appears only on top there as it did here. So let me just bring it down a bit. So now we have to add this text here. I'm just going to get a text node, add it here, and in the text I'm going to write. But first thing first, I'm going to fit it. Make sure you zoom, increase the size, bump up the size so that it fits. Okay, increase the size till about this one, and we are going to add the text. If you zoom in to see what the text is, you can add the text. Sinai word found. That's basically it for this scene. So go to frame. You can go to frame 25, 24. Let's see. And come to this transform node and keyframe the center. Go to this first one, keyframe it again, and you just take it down here. Take it down just a bit. So go to frame 25, keyframe the blend value for this merge. Go to frame 26, keyframe it again, and take it down to 0. So this is what you have. So in this transform node, I'm just going, because you see it move continuously. Yep, and slows down. So we're just going to zoom to fit and hit S. Maybe do some little good. Basically, it's the same thing here, but you don't need to use the same. So for this one, if you want the image to be looking to the side like this, just come to this merge node maybe, and you flip it. So you see it's going to be the same. I'm going to get the same image from here. I could have just control copy that one. There's no error dilate. This one this is an image of him. Let's just build it here separately. Let's move this one up. Okay, take this one alpha 0, alpha down to 0. Add this one here, get this one here. We're just going to check the size of this transform node 1.8, 1.86. Come here, 86. Make sure we are viewing this here. I'm just going to lift this up like this. Make sure it's only for that transform, so that in that transform I can then flip it and it looks to the side like that. I'm just going to go to the final position and I'm going to place it here. Let's say get another transform node here, and in this transform I'm going to take it to the side like that. You can add the ellipse behind him. That one is easy to do. You just get an ellipse node and So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put this animate this text, and you see that the text is behind him, so you need to add it behind him. So build a brand. Build a brand. I'm sure this is brand, so I can't see the complete what we are going to do is get a text plus, and in the text plus I'm going to write build a brand. For the font, I'm going to use Monganite, and I'm going to use black connected here. Going to bump up the size so you can come to the line spacing, bring it down like that. I think that's okay. Then we have this other one, which is brand. I'm just going to control C, control V here. I'm going to merge it here, and in this one I'm just going to eliminate everything except brand. I'm going to position it down here, and it seems that this one is way bigger. Let me do like 0.7. We go to shading, change the appearance here, and then you're just going to decrease the thickness like that. So if you play and if you look at your animation, okay, it's a word by word animation. So same thing we have been doing. I'm just going to get these rectangles, make sure they fit each and every word, and going to do the same thing. Reduce the size, make sure it fits A, and get another rectangle, make sure it fits brand, and I'm going to see what I'm going to go to. Okay, A, for A it starts at 31, so keyframe the level value at frame 31, take it down to 0. Frame 36, take it all the way up to 1. Frame 30, you have the word build, keyframe the level value at 1, take it down to 0 at 20. What? 25. Then for the word brand, at frame 39, keyframe level value, take it down to 0. Go to frame 44, take it all the way up to 1. Then you can connect it to this text like that, and you will have everything. So you're going to come to this keyframe, to this frame, which is frame 26. Keyframe the center value for this transform, and go to the very end, keyframe it again here. So you're going to come to this one here, and make sure you move it. Yes, make sure you move it to the side like that. You can add this ellipse if you want. Good. So what we're going to do is here we're going to keyframe the blend value for this merge, keyframe it, take it down to 0, go 1 frame forward, and take it all the way up to 1, so it appears here. Now we can take it into spline, this transform, make sure we zoom to fit, and this is out cubic, but we don't want it to start that fast. So if I play it now, good. So that is it. So that is it for this one. I can just delete this media in. Yep, make sure you delete them, because if you don't delete it, it's not going to show. Now I can hide this, and in this one, come here. If you come here, open this one in the fusion page, Make sure you delete the media in node for all of them. If you don't, it won't show anything. Okay, open a media fusion page, delete this one. Good. If you look at it, we have the same thing. Now I have not done this last part and this last animation. If you're to show that you have learned something from this video, you can do this last animation on your own. And if you can do it, then you have learned something. Just a match card. You add, take these assets here, these pictures here, this one, there's one here, there's another one here, there's another one here. You use them to do a match cut. Use them to do a match cut like that. Then